Good afternoon, Sandy.
Good afternoon. Welcome, Mr. Oyez Olatunde Rex. You're welcome to Eunice Author Corner. I just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, please, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon once again. I'm glad to come to your corner to talk to you.
Thank you.
Like you said, my name is Oyez Olatunde Rex. Nigerian, North Central Nigerian born, Kwara State in Nigeria. I went to school there in Kwara State, University in Ilorin. Have a degree in chemistry and a master's degree in environmental chemistry. I worked for a while in the oil-rich Niger Delta region of Nigeria as an environmental scientist before I went away to pursue my passion in literary works.
Wonderful. You've got a good history there of working. I just want to find out, how does your writings impact the world, you think? Because when authors write books, they want to reach quite a number of people. So how do you think your writings impacted, audiences all over the world?
Yes, I think writing for me, right from when I was a kid, has always been a passion. Why has it been a passion? It has allowed me to pass my ideas, my thoughts, and what I feel to other people. As a young primary school boy at St. Joseph's Nursery Primary School in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria, I would cut pieces of paper and write mini books and pass to my friends just to let them have an idea of what I think about this, what I think about an insect. If I found an insect that intrigues my mind, I will make a drawing of what I think it looks like, write a little about it, and make it into small book forms, all in my pen writings, and share to my friends. And so from then, I think the seed of writing was planted in me, in my life from then. And when I became an adult and I saw what printing could do beyond what I used to do with my pen in school, I knew I must start these things that I used to do as a kid. So I started writing. And let me pick my first book as an example, Lonesome, published in 2014. Prior to this time, I have always published my poems. I have published poems with a defunct website now, which used to be ukauthors.com. That was in late 90s and early in the millennium change. But after the publishing of my book in 2016, I became more seasoned in the art I have chosen, writing. I saw writing beyond just describing what I see around me. I began to explore and put my philosophies of life, my idea about how things should be, into my books. And that is what informed why Lonesome in so many parts of it delved into explaining to the outside world the perceived wrongs, or the wrong perceptions rather, about Nigeria as a country.
True.
In Lonesome, I explained how Nigeria, a country of over 200 million, has been stereotyped as a country of scammers, a country of scam men, and a country of drug addicts. This is far from the truth. But the people outside Nigeria, in Europe, in the Western world, will never understand this because they've never been here.
True.
They just read what the press put out there for them, and they believe anybody coming out of this lovely country is either a scammer or a drug addict. I have never done drugs in my life. I have never done any of these things, but I'm a Nigerian.
True.
But somebody outside there is looking at me as a con man, as a scammer, as a drug addict simply because I carried a green passport.
True.
So I try to explain it that less than 1% of what makes up Nigeria might be involved in some of these things, are actually involved, and we will find bad eggs like this in almost every country of the world. America has given us the most celebrated con man in the world, in the history of the universe. So is the United Kingdom and all these countries that look at us. And, when you look at statistics on the web, Nigeria do not even come in the first 20. I read a report. And all this came into me, and I try to explain to the world in my books. And those are ways I try to impact the world with my books. Also, tourism. I describe places of nice tourism sites in Nigeria that I have seen.
Yeah.
To let the world know that such things exist here. I have seen it, and I am describing from the mind of someone who has visited such places. Those are how I have tried to impact the world.
That's very good. At least you've taken them down to Nigeria in your books so they can learn more about Nigeria, which is really impactful. So what would you say is the genre of your books, please?
Historical fiction, poetry. Those are my two basic genres.
Very good. Very good. So what advice will you give to authors that are just coming up, because it's a very difficult industry out there. So what would you advise them to do as they start to write their books?
You are correct. It's a difficult terrain out there. It's not an industry to make quick wealth.
Yes.
Ironically, over a large percentage, let me not quote statistics, a large percentage of would-be writers, would-be authors come with the mindset of putting together a manuscript and trying to get it published, and with the thought that once it is published, they have instant wealth. Every aspiring writer, every aspiring author should not come to the industry with that mindset. When you come looking with the mindset of making money, you will fizzle out before you have actually begun. With time, with persistence, money will come.
True.
But it doesn't come at the beginning. It comes after a lot of perseverance, after a lot of time has gone, consistency, and outside persistence in writing, self-improvement along the way. Continue to improve your work until it becomes what commands automatic respect and instant successes.
That's very good. And I wanted to ask you as well, Mr. Olatunde Rex, as the owner of a publishing company, how would you encourage people to write and also come publish with you? Because it's very difficult, like I said, to get publishing deals and stuff like that. But if you give them advice on how to get in touch with you so they can be able to publish their book as well, that would be really helpful to people listening.
Thank you so much for that question. Publishing these days have gone far away from what it used to be in some decades or so before now. Some few decades before now, when we started writing and looking to publish, there were a species of intermediaries those days that we call the literary agents. They still exist, but there are not so many of them again. A literary agent takes your finished work and get it ready to present to a publisher. Typically, at these times when I was talking about, a publisher will not touch your work if it has not been seen by a literary agent and prepared it, gotten it ready to a publishable state. But with the advent of improvements in computers and change in how everything is being done, the advent of audiobooks, electronic books, have changed quite a lot in the face of the publishing industry.
True.
Coupled with the fact that we have the vanity presses all over the place. Computers have made it very easy for you to set up shop and call yourself a publisher with little or no knowledge about what it takes to do it. Be that as it may, vanity publishers will always never produce successful authors. That is their hallmarks, because they do not take time to get this manuscript through the necessary processes. So I will advise every new author, every budding writer, those are my target for establishing Rexton Publishing. Anyway, I came back after having published my own first book with a UK-based company, WDA, company UK. I came back to set up Rexton Publishing for others not to go through the stress I went through before I could get my book published. So my target is basically the budding authors, the budding writers. Now I will tell every budding writer, when you have poured your mind into a manuscript that you want to be published for a book, you need to go to what the people we call professional editors. The number of qualified professional editors that sees your book, the better the book is prepared to be published.
Thank you, Mr. Olatunde Rex, for coming to Eunice Author Corner. Thank you for today.